Says, use the following inequality to answer the questions below. Letter A says, put it in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form. Who can tell me what is slope-intercept form? Y equals what? No, I just want the slope form in general, not like the specific one for this problem. Mx plus b. Yes. Y equals mx plus b. Slope-intercept form. So when I have this, and I'm going to rewrite it down here, I need to get y to be isolated by itself. So how would you begin the process of getting that y to be by itself? Kayla, put that away, please. What would you do to try to get y by itself here? Oh, this is not good. Not good if we don't know. What? Yeah, subtract 6x. You've got to get rid of that whole other term. So subtract 6x. Subtract 6x on the other side. They cancel out. On the left-hand side, you have negative 3y is greater than... Can I combine those two? 12 and negative 6x? No, they are not both x terms. So put the x term just to the right of your inequality, and that would be a plus 12. And again, I want to get y by itself. So Brian, what would I do to get y by itself here? Right here. By? Divide by negative 3. Correct. Divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3, and wee-oo, wee-oo. Don't forget, you still have to flip the sign when you multiply or divide. So y is now less than negative 6 divided by negative 3 is a 2. That's, no, 7.
Oh my.
2x. And 12 divided by negative 3 is minus 4. That is now in a place where you can graph it. Okay? So letter B, now that you're asking, Amani, use your answer above to graph and solve the following system of, should be inequalities. These are not equations. So these are inequalities. So let's go ahead and graph y is less than 2x minus 4. Where am I going to begin to graph this? Very good. Negative 4. Always on the y-axis at negative 4. And what is my slope, Aiden? Not x. Don't say the x. 2 over 1. And when you have a whole number, put it over 1. So this means I am going up 2 and right 1. Up 2, right 1. Up 2, right 1. Up 2, right 1. Now, these are inequalities. So you need to think about what kind of a line are you going to have for the is less than sign. Solid or dashed? Dashed, because there's no equal sign down here. If there's an equal sign, then it's solid. So this is a dashed line. And am I shading above or below? Yes, below, because it is less than. So dashed and below is going to look something like this. Now I have to say, you guys in your intersection of lines, they are the worst looking intersection of lines I could ever see. I mean, you guys just literally scribble. You have to be able to tell where the two different lines are and where the two different patterns are. Now, that's not to say everybody's horrible, but overall, ugh. Okay, so then that takes care of this first one. Those were the same. Then we have to graph the second one. Okay, Where is this one starting? Ryan, where am I going to start with letter B for my inequality in green? 4, positive 4. So that's up there. And what is my slope, Reagan? With the green in boxed in green inequality? Yes. So that means you are going 2 down because the negative always goes with the numerator if you have one, and 3 to the right. So 2 down, 1, 2, 3 to the right. 2 down, 1, 2, 3 to the right. Is that going to be a solid line or a dashed line? Solid, yes, because of that equal sign. So that is a solid line. And Amani, is that going to be above or below shading? If it's less than or equal? Below. Below. So a solid line, like so, and below. Now, again, make sure your shading is something that you can tell where the overlap is. I like to do my shading always perpendicular to the line itself, kind of like making a T. And then you should be able to see fairly easily that my overlap area is in here. Okay? So letter C, just to finish the problem out, says, which of the following points are solutions to this system? Yes, that whole area is the solution, but they want you to check certain points. So 3, 2 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Whoops, I had it left. Right there. Is that a solution? Yes? No? 3, 2, solution, yes or no? It is. That is on a solid, actually, no it's not. No it's not. Why is it not? It's intersection of a dashed line too. My bad. So that is not a solution. I couldn't hardly tell, but it's right at the intersection of the solid line and the dashed line. The dashed line negates it. How about 4, 0? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that going to be a point of solution?
Yes.
Yes, it is in the yellow. So that one's a yes. How about 0, 4? That is this point. It's on a solid line, but it's nowhere near the actual area, right? So just because it's solid line, no, it has to be a solid line around that area. So that one's a no. How about 5, 2? 5, 2 looks to be up here. That would be a no. And how about 1, negative 1? 1, negative 1. That looks to be on the boundary or the edge, which is good, but it's on a dashed line. So that's no. So of those 5 points, only the second one is a solution. Does that make sense? Yes? No? Callie? Put away. Thank you. All right. There's not a part D to that, is there? No. All right. What other questions? How about, where's that short one on the front page? A, no solution. What kind of lines would those be? Parallel, yes, because they will never cross. So no solution. How about infinitely many solutions? Overlapping or intersecting? Yes. That's not a good answer. Infinitely many solutions. What kind of lines would those be? Overlapping or same line, yes. And one solution is going to be your intersecting lines. Okay? That takes care of that. When we come back after lunch, we'll go over more of your questions. Hopefully you'll have more questions. Number 3 is just like the bell work that we did today. What would I need to do to the second equation to get it to slope-intercept form? Yes. Yes, very good. So subtract 2x. Subtract 2x over here. 2x's cancel out. Y is equal to, can I combine those? No, you cannot. One's an x term, one is a constant, negative 2x minus 1. And there you have it in slope-intercept form. So the purple one, negative 2x minus 8. Yee. So start at negative 8. And that is down 2 over 1. So negative 2 over 1 is down 2, right 1. So down to right 1. Now, I can't go any further. I would like a little bit more, though. So I can go in reverse. When you go in reverse, you have to do the opposite of both. So that would mean up to left 1, up to left 1, just because I can't do any more. And these are equations, so would that be a solid line or a dashed line for an equation? Solid. Solid. Did you have a question, Amani? So something like that. And the second one is going to be y is negative 2x minus 1. So that starts at negative 1. And that has a slope of negative 2 over 1 also. So that is down 2, right 1. Down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1. And since they both have the same slope and different y-intercepts, it does and should work out that they are parallel lines. So, what is my solution? That is no solution, which you can write as no solution, or you can put that symbol, which is a 0, with a slash through it. That means no solution. But you can also write out no solution. Right, Brandon? Come on, let's put the phone away. You know the expectations. Okay. Does that help you with 6, Amani? All right. Ashley, you said some on the last page, maybe? Last page. Any particular one you want to start with? 9? 9 is review, more from the last chapter. To find slope, you need that slope formula, which is rise over run, change in your y's, y sub 2 minus y sub 1, all divided by x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Oh. Guys, why are you ripping things off? There's nothing over there anymore. Or is there? One at the top? Okay. Well, there was one at the bottom too, but anyway. So, slope, change in y over change in x. So you can make one point, 0.1, and make the second one 0.2. So the y sub 2 coordinate would be negative 2 minus 2 all divided by, go back to point 2, negative 3 minus negative 1. So negative 2 minus 2 is going to be negative 4. And you can't have a double negative here, so you add the opposite. Negative 3 plus 1 is going to be negative 2. And negative divided by a negative is a positive 2. So my slope is positive 2. Point slope form is y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. Please don't do that. Y you are going to keep as y. The x and the y that have no sub 1 or prime, you keep those as x and y. So y minus y sub 1, doesn't matter which point you use. I'm just going to use point 1 because it says sub 1. So that's y minus 2 equals my slope of 2, that's the m, times quantity x minus x sub 1 is negative 1. You cannot have that double negative minus minus, so we change that to adding the opposite, which makes it plus 1. So final answer is y minus 2 equals 2 times quantity x plus 1. Okay. How about number 10? Is 10 a good one to try? All right, so the Pike soccer team is selling baked goods as a fundraiser. Serenity sold 12 brownies and 8 cookies for a total of $52. Catherine sold 9 brownies and 15 cookies for a total of $57. Write a system of equations for the situation. So, and then we have to solve. Do I have 2 separate things going on here? And if so, what are they? What are my 2 separate things going on? Brownies and cookies, but you're right, you're absolutely right. So maybe let's what variable should we be brownies? B for brownies. And is it the cost of the brownies or the number of brownies we're looking for? Actually, it says solve to find the price. So B is equal to the price or cost of brownies. And what are we going to use for the cookies? C, right? C is the price of cookies. So, Serenity sold 12 brownies and 8 cookies for a total of $52. Who can give me that equation for Serenity? So our 2 equations have to do with Serenity selling some items and who's the other one? Catherine. Serenity and Catherine. So who can give me Serenity's equation? Dwayne, how about you for Serenity? Serenity sold 12 brownies and 8 cookies for a total of $52. I need an equation for Serenity. She sold 12 brownies. Do we know how much the brownies cost? Not yet, but we do have that as a variable, right? So that cost would be 12 times B, right? B is the cost of the brownies, so 12 times the cost of a brownie gives you the price you pay for the brownies. And we have, she sold 8 cookies. So 8, and how much do they cost? They cost C amount. 8C equals $52. And what operation am I doing in between here? Addition, thank you. So 12B plus 8C is equal to 52. Now let's take a look at Catherine. She is going to sell 9 brownies and 15 cookies for a total of $57. Who can give me her equation? Steven, how about you? What's the equation for Catherine? Look at it. Catherine sold 9 brownies and 15 cookies for a total of $57. How do I show the cost of 9 brownies? Does everybody want to help? Anno, what would we do? Yes, 9B plus 15C is equal to $57. You might want to keep that out, Stephen. All right, so those are my 2 equations. Write them down below. 12B plus 8C equals 52, and 9B plus 15C is equal to 57. I do not see a coordinate plane anywhere, so we're not going to graph these. Do I have one of these variables isolated? Just say no. No, because you don't have B equals. You don't have C equals. So that means we have to eliminate one of the variables. Now, looking at them, it's not going to be the easiest type because 9 does not go into 12 and 8 does not go into 15. So we need to find the least common denominator or least common multiple of either 12 and 9 or 8 and 15. You want to do 8 and 15? Is that what you're saying? I don't know what 8 and 15 is. Let's see. 8 would be 8, 16, 24. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 6 is 48. Now, if I do 15, I would get 15 times 1 is 15. 15 times 2 is 30. 45. 60. I don't know. That's not looking so good. 15 times 5 is 75. I think we should go, I don't even know. What is it 90? It probably is 90. I was going to go for 12 and 9 because 36 is the smallest number that both of those divide into. Are you okay if we do? Okay. So let's take 12 to a positive 36. Let's take 9 to a negative 36b. And remember, we can't just make those be those numbers. We have to multiply. So what am I going to multiply 12 by to get 36? Times 3. So everything needs to get multiplied by 3. 3 times 3 is 9c. 3 times 52 is going to be 156. Okay, that's plus equals. So put a single line through that because we're not going to add that equation. And what do I need to do to get from 9 to negative 36? What do I need to multiply by? Isabel, what do I multiply 9 by to get negative 36? What do I multiply 9 by to get negative 36? 9 times what? Negative 4, yes. So I need to multiply by negative 4. So negative 4 times 15 is going to be negative 60C. And negative 4 times 57 is going to be negative 228. Put a single line through that, Anno. Add them together. And again, before you just add them together, you need to make sure you have two opposites with opposite signs. Here I have no sign, which is a positive. Here I have the negative sign. So yes, those can be added together and canceled out. Then you're going to add the 9C and negative 60C. 9 and negative 60 is going to be negative 51C. And how about negative 228 and 156? They're different signs, so I'm going to subtract. Did I make a mistake somewhere? I thought this worked out better elsewhere. Did everybody see anything? 72? Let's see. Did anyone have this one done? 12 brownies, 12B plus 8C equals 52. 9 brownies, 15C equals 57. Took it to 36. Oh, here we go. 3 times 8. What is 3 times 8? It's not 9. Yeah, why didn't somebody say something? If you see something, say something. That should be 24. That's going to be a lot better. So 24 and negative 60 is going to be negative 36C, and that is equal to negative 72. There we go, much better. Divide by negative 36. Negatives cancel out. C is equal to $2. So cookies are $2 each. How do I figure out the brownie? Go back to the original equation. I'm going to do equation 1 just because it's got a slightly smaller numbers. So 12B plus 8 times C, which is 2, is equal to 52. 12B plus 16 equals 52. Subtract 16. 12B is equal to 36. So the cost of the brownies is $3 each. Cost of the cookies is $2 each. So the price of the brownies and cookies, are $3 and cookies are $2. Okay. Woo. Now, I have also seen a lot of work that people are doing horizontally. Guys, If you're doing work horizontally and writing stuff horizontally, that pretty much tells me you're doing stuff with a math app, okay? Which is okay to use, but you really should do it vertically, okay? Vertically. All right. Questions on 10. Could you do that tomorrow? No? What's the hardest part? Now, could you come up with the original equations? 12b plus 8c, $52? You could do that. I mean, it says she sold 12 brownies and 8 cookies, right? Huh? No. Okay, so the hard part here is that we have your least common multiple was 36. That made it a little rough. All right. What about 11? Did we want to see 11? All right. So take a quick look at 11. Solve the system of equations. Here they give you the equations, gentlemen. They give you the equations. Are either of them isolated? Should I use substitution or elimination probably? Well, you don't have P equals, and you don't have H equals. I probably would do elimination. So which of these would you probably eliminate, the H or the P's? H's or P's? Kadeja, would you eliminate H's or P's, would you say? Did you say something? Yeah, the P, because you have 9 P's, which means that this should be changed to what to make them eliminated? -9, right? So this is going to be -9P, which means we are going to multiply all of this by -9. All right, so -9 times 2 is -18H. -9 times P gives you that -9P, and -9 times 20 is -180. So cancel that out. Add them together. Again, make sure your opposites actually have opposite signs. So we're canceling out the P's. So -18H, whoa, -18H plus 15H is -3H. That is equal to -180, and 168 gives you -18. Divide by -3, H is equal to 6. What, did I do it wrong? Now, H is equal to 6. You can eliminate some of these because there's no 6 in them. So we're down to 2 answers. Because this is H and P, don't really know which one is first. So you substitute 6 back into the original question or equation. I'm going to do the first one, which is 2H plus P equals 20. 2 times H, which we now know is 6, plus P is equal to 20. 12 plus some number P is 20. Subtract 12, subtract 12. P is equal to 8. So H is 6, P is 8. We're looking at that first point right there. Now that one's not too bad. So after school today, I will put up the rest of the answers and work. Tomorrow is the test. Make sure that you look at the review. Make sure you turn in the review tomorrow. And make sure you have all of the other homework assignments done. There is a new Canvas activity. That's okay, I'll get it. So weekly Canvas activity for 9/22, that is on Canvas. You can start by working on that too, okay? Any questions? Did you have a question? Did you raise your hand? Did you have a question? Mm-hmm. Okay, so here you've got -12 and a -6. 6 goes into 12, and because this is negative, I would try to change this to be a +12 so that you can eliminate. So -6 times what gives you that +12? No? You can take 12 divided by -6, and that will tell you what you need to multiply by. So you need to multiply everything here by -2, and that will cancel out your x's so you can solve for y first. That second whole equation. Yeah. And then do you know what to do from there? Well, keep going. Let me grab my phone. Yes. You already passed this to you. Sure. Let me check. I guess I can leave that there. Hang on just a minute. Okay, so when you multiplied everything by -2, now was that a negative already? So negative times negative should be positive for y. You gotta put the y in there. And this should be 12x. And then negative times negative is positive. Okay, so these are your two opposites. They have different signs, so box those, cross them out. And then you have -7y plus 4y. Right, good. So -3y. And then you have -12 plus 12 is 0. That's okay. Write 0. Now, if you were to solve for y, what would you do here? No, because these are being multiplied, right? -3 times y gives you 0. So divide by -3, divide by -3. Not the y. You want the y to stay. Divide by -3. Yeah. So y is equal to 0. So, but you still have to go on, substitute that back into one of your two original, and then solve for x. And then once you have it, you need to write it as an ordered pair. Okay? All right, let me check. Isabel, you do not have any more. You really need to go? Yes?